Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about rare US dollar coins that could be worth a lot more than you think. Some coins that look like regular dollars can actually be worth up to $10,000. Watch till the end to learn what to look for. You could have a rare coin and not even know it. First up, the 2000D Sacagawea dollar. This coin was part of a new series introduced by the U.S. Mint to honor Native American contributions. The design features Sacagawea, a Shoshone woman who helped guide Lewis and Clark on their expedition. While the coin itself is still in circulation and looks like a regular golden dollar, some rare versions of this coin have sold for over $2,000, and even as high as $3,120 at auction. That's a huge surprise for a coin worth just $1. In this video, we're going to show you exactly which versions to look out for, how to spot rare errors, and why some of these coins are worth big money today. So make sure to watch closely. You could have a small fortune sitting in your pocket change right now. This coin was made to replace the old Susan B. Anthony dollar and to create something that looked and felt more unique. The Sacagawea dollar has a golden color, even though it's not made from real gold. The front shows Sacagawea carrying her baby on her back, representing her strength and role in American history. The back shows a flying eagle surrounded by 17 stars. Even though millions of these coins were made, a few of them have special features that make them worth a lot more than just $1. One rare version of this coin is called the Cheerios dollar. Back in 2000, the makers of Cheerios cereal teamed up with the U.S. Mint to include some Sacagawea dollars inside the cereal boxes as a promotion. But these coins aren't like the regular ones. They have a small design mistake that makes them different. The eagle on the back has extra detail in its tail feathers that isn't on the usual Sacagawea dollar. This little change makes these coins highly sought after by collectors. Only about 5,500 of these special Cheerios dollars were released, and many of them were thrown away or spent by people who didn't realize they were holding something valuable. Now, these coins are incredibly rare. A Cheerios dollar in excellent condition can sell for over $2,000 at auction. Some even sell for more, depending on how perfect the coin is. So, if you ever come across a 2000 Sacagawea dollar, it's worth taking a close look at the eagle on the back. If you spot sharp, detailed tail feathers on the eagle, there's a good chance you're looking at a Cheerios dollar. Another special kind of Sacagawea dollar from the year 2000 is one with a minting error called an off-center strike. Coins are made by machines that press designs onto blank pieces of metal. Normally, the metal is placed exactly in the center of the machine so the design gets stamped in the right place. But sometimes, the metal is not aligned properly. When this happens, the design shifts to one side, making the coin look like part of it is missing. This kind of mistake doesn't happen very often, which is why off-center strike coins are so valuable. People who collect coins love finding error coins because they're unique. No two are exactly the same. The more off-center the design is, the more valuable the coin can be. A 2000p Sacagawea dollar with a 50% off-center strike sold for $3,120 at an auction in 2021. That's a lot of money for a coin that would normally just be worth $1. Even off-center coins that are only slightly misaligned can still be worth hundreds of dollars, especially if they are in perfect condition. Coins that look new, with no scratches or marks, are worth more than coins that have been used a lot. If you have a Sacagawea dollar with an off-center strike, it might be worth more than you think, so it's always worth checking your coins carefully. In addition to the Cheerios dollar and the off-center strike, there are other small errors that can make a 2000 Sacagawea dollar more valuable. For example, some coins have missing edge lettering, while others may have doubled images or planchet flaws. A planchet is the blank piece of metal that a coin is made from. If the planchet is damaged or if the design is stamped incorrectly, the coin becomes an error coin. Some of these error coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and condition. Even though most Sacagawea dollars are still in circulation, the ones with these rare features are highly prized by collectors. That's why it's important to check the condition of your coins. The Sacagawea dollar has a beautiful design, and because it was the first year of the Native American dollar series, many collectors want to have a perfect version of the coin. A Sacagawea dollar with no scratches, marks, or damage can be worth more than one that has been used in everyday transactions. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar is also interesting because it was minted in different locations, like the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint. Each coin will have a small letter next to the year to tell you where it was made. If your coin has a D, that means it was made in Denver. If it has a P, it was made in Philadelphia. Both of these mints made Sacagawea dollars, but some years are rarer than others, and some mints produce more valuable coins depending on errors or low production numbers. Many collectors like to find uncirculated coins. These are coins that have never been used in stores or transactions, so they look brand new. Uncirculated 2000D Sacagawea dollars are more valuable than coins that have been spent or handled a lot. If you have an uncirculated coin that also has a rare error, like the Cheerios dollar or an off-center strike, it could be worth a lot more money than you think. Even though most Sacagawea dollars are just worth $1, these rare versions can make you a lot of money. Whether it's the Cheerios dollar with the special eagle or an off-center strike with the design shifted to one side, these coins are examples of how a small detail or error can make a coin worth thousands of dollars. So, the next time you get a Sacagawea dollar, take a moment to look at it closely. Check for any small differences in the design, and look for rare minting errors. You might be holding a coin that's worth a lot more than just $1. And who knows? You could have a hidden treasure right in your pocket. Next up is the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar. This coin may look small and silver, like a quarter, but some rare versions have sold for thousands of dollars. One even sold for over $12,000 at auction. In this video, we'll show you why this coin was important in U.S. history, what rare versions to look for, and how small errors can turn this common coin into something worth big money. So don't skip this part, you could have one of these valuable coins sitting in your change jar right now. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman. It was made to honor Susan B. Anthony, a famous leader who fought for women's rights, especially the right to vote. The coin was first made in 1979 and used until the early 1980s. It came back briefly in 1999. Many people didn't like it at the time because it looked very similar to a quarter. It was small, round, and silver-colored, which caused confusion. Because of that, the coin was not used much in everyday life, and most people didn't keep them. But today, collectors see this coin very differently. Let's talk about the 1979 D version. The D means the coin was made at the Denver Mint. Even though millions were made, there are a few rare types that can be worth a lot more than $1. What makes them valuable are things like condition, minting errors, or special features that make them stand out. One of the most famous valuable versions is a 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar in near-perfect condition. A coin with a very high grade, like MS-67 or MS-68, means the coin looks almost brand new with no scratches or marks. These coins are graded by professional services and put in protective cases. One of these coins sold for $12,250 at an auction. That's amazing for a coin that most people ignored when it first came out. Another reason this coin is special is because of mint errors. These are small mistakes made during the coin-making process. Some errors are easy to miss unless you look closely. For example, one very rare 1979 D coin was struck on a planchet meant for a dime instead of a dollar. That means the coin was pressed onto the wrong metal blank. Because a dime is smaller and thinner, the design didn't fit right, and the result was a strange-looking coin. This kind of mint error is very rare. A Susan B. Anthony dollar struck on a dime planchet can sell for over $10,000. There are also coins that have doubling, where parts of the image or letters are stamped twice by accident. This is called a double die. Some 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars have doubling on the date, the words, liberty, or the phrase, in God we trust. If the doubling is clear and easy to see, collectors will pay more money for these coins. It's not as rare as the wrong planchet error, but it still makes the coin valuable, especially in good condition. Other rare features that collectors look for include wide rim and narrow rim types. In 1979, some Susan B. Anthony dollars were made with a wide rim, where the edge of the coin is thicker and the date is closer to the edge. This version is harder to find and can be worth more money. Most $1,979 have a narrow rim, which is more common. A 1979 P wide rim version, not the D mint mark, but still part of this coin story, can sell for $500 or more if it's in great shape. Even though the D mint mark version doesn't have the wide rim variation, this shows how even tiny design changes can affect value. The 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar is also a favorite among collectors because it was part of the first year of issue. Coins from the first year are usually more wanted, especially when they're in top condition. Some people collect full sets of Susan B. Anthony dollars from all mints, Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. But the coins with rare errors or very high grades are always worth the most. If you have Susan B. Anthony dollars at home, it's a good idea to look at them closely. First, check the mint mark just above the shoulder of Susan B. Anthony. If there's a D, it came from the Denver Mint. Next, look at the overall condition of the coin. If it's shiny, with no marks or scratches, it could be uncirculated. Uncirculated coins are worth more. Then, check for anything that looks strange, like the lettering looking doubled, or the coin looking thinner or smaller than usual. You might have a valuable error coin without even knowing it. Most people don't check their old change carefully, but coin collectors do. They know that small differences make a big impact. For example, a small mint error that most people miss can raise a coin's value from $1 to thousands of dollars. Some of the rarest coins ever found came from ordinary change, and it all started with someone paying attention. Another thing that can raise the value of your coin is getting it graded. Grading means sending your coin to a professional company, like PCGS or NGC. They will look at your coin under a microscope, check its condition, and give it a number from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. A coin that gets a grade like MS 66, MS 67, or higher can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These coins are then sealed in plastic cases and labeled with their grade. Many collectors only buy coins that have been graded by a trusted company. Even though the Susan B. Anthony dollar wasn't popular when it first came out, it has become an important part of coin collecting today. The 1979 D version is one of the most interesting, not just because of its history, but because of the rare versions that are still being found. Whether it's a high-grade coin, an error coin struck on a dime planchet, or a coin with doubling, the value can go way beyond just $1. That's why so many people are now checking their old change and coin jars, just in case they have one of these rare finds. Now, let's talk about the 2009 P Sacagawea dollar. This coin might seem pretty ordinary at first glance, but it's actually one of the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. history. Some of these 2009 P Sacagawea dollars have sold for over $5,000, and they continue to surprise collectors with their value. In this video, we'll dive into what makes this coin so special, what rare versions to look for, and how a small mistake or unique feature can turn an ordinary coin into a treasure. Stay tuned, your pocket change might be worth way more than you think. The 2009 Sacagawea dollar was part of a series to honor Native American contributions. The design on the front shows Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who helped Lewis and Clark on their famous expedition. On the back, you'll see an eagle flying, surrounded by 17 stars. It's a design that represents strength and unity, much like Sacagawea herself. The 2009 version was the last in a series of Sacagawea dollars produced before the coin was redesigned for the Native American $1 Coin Act in 2009. What makes the 2009 P Sacagawea dollar unique is that it was part of a special group of coins that was only produced for a limited time. The P means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. These coins were made as part of a special series that included a variety of coins released to honor Native Americans. While most Sacagawea dollars have been mass-produced and circulated widely, the 2009 P version was produced in smaller numbers and had some significant differences in its minting process. This is one reason why certain 2009 P Sacagawea dollars are worth so much more than their face value. One of the rarest versions of this coin is one with a high-relief design. High-relief coins are minted with a design that is more raised or embossed compared to standard coins. This special minting technique makes the design stand out more clearly. High-relief coins are harder to produce, so they are often produced in limited numbers. When you look closely at the 2009 Sacagawea dollar, if the design stands out more sharply from the surface, you might have a high-relief version. These coins are not only harder to find, but they also have higher value among collectors. Some of these high-relief Sacagawea dollars have sold for upwards of $5,000 at auctions. Another key factor that can make this coin more valuable is the error coins. Sometimes, during the minting process, small mistakes happen. These errors can make a coin even more rare and collectible. One of the most famous errors from the 2009 Sacagawea dollar series is the double die error. A double die occurs when the die used to stamp the coin has a small mistake, causing parts of the design to be stamped twice. This is most often seen on the word Liberty or on the date. The doubled image makes the coin look unusual and unique, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for these error coins. Coins with this kind of error can be quite valuable, especially if the doubling is obvious and easy to spot. In some cases, the value of a double die error coin can go from just $1 to $2,000 or more. So if you have a 2009 Sacagawea dollar, take a close look at the date and the lettering. If the words or numbers appear doubled, then you might just have a very rare coin on your hands. In addition to the high relief and error coins, there are also some low mintage versions of the 2009 Sacagawea dollar. In 2009, the U.S. Mint produced fewer Sacagawea dollars than in previous years. Because of this, some of the 2009 coins are considered rare due to their low mintage numbers. Low mintage coins tend to be more valuable simply because fewer were made, and collectors are always on the lookout for these kinds of coins. For example, the 2009 Sacagawea dollar with a lower mintage can be worth a lot more if it's in great condition. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they've never been used in everyday transactions, can sell for much higher prices. A 2009 Sacagawea dollar in uncirculated condition can go for as much as $500 or more depending on its rarity and specific features. Another important factor when determining the value of a coin is its grade. Coins are graded based on their condition, and coins with higher grades are always worth more. The highest grade is MS 70, meaning the coin is in perfect, mint condition. A well-preserved 2009 Sacagawea dollar with a high grade could be worth a lot more than a coin that is scratched or has any signs of wear. Coin grading is a specialized skill, but it's important for collectors to know how to assess a coin's condition in order to determine its true value. Many collectors send their coins to professional grading companies, like PCGS or NGC, to get an official grade. The grading company will examine the coin under a microscope, check its design, and evaluate its condition before assigning it a grade. A coin with a high grade, especially one with a rare error or feature, can fetch thousands of dollars when sold at auction. So, if you happen to find a 2009 Sacagawea dollar in your change, take the time to look at it closely. First, check the mint mark next to the date to make sure it's a P for Philadelphia. Then, inspect the design for any unusual features, like a high relief or double die error. If you find one of these rare versions, your coin could be worth much more than just $1. Even if you don't find one of these rare features, the 2009 Sacagawea dollar is still a valuable coin because it was part of a special series and produced in smaller quantities. It's always a good idea to keep an eye out for coins like this one, as you never know what might turn up in your change. So, there you have it, 3 rare U.S. coins that could be worth big money. Remember, the key to finding valuable coins is to look for unique features, such as design flaws or minting errors. If you come across any of these coins, especially in excellent condition, they could be worth more than their face value. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos on rare and valuable coins. Until next time, happy coin hunting.